Time's up, I done touchdown. I'm high stepping for the touchdown. I stay repping for the slums where the young bucks started loaded up just to bust rounds.
Welcome back to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast. I am your grateful and gracious host, Chris Jackson. Thank you for that. And with me, I have some esteemed gentlemen who go by many names, but I'll just introduce you to the ones their mothers gave me. So, commentating for the Jags, we have with us Justin Gunsaulus.
Hello. What's up? What's up?
Nothing much. With us, we also have representing the Tags team. We have Justin Palm.
What is good, everybody? H-Town represent.
Representing the Colts, we have with us Josh Sr.
What's good?
All right. And then, last and certainly not least, just went to him last because you know what? Still a little bit salty, but you know what? I'm completely okay with it. We have with us Jacoby Covington representing the Titans.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, don't do that. Say it with your chest, all right? I'm sorry. I'm still a little bit stung. Harboring some bad feelings. Okay, sir.
I mean, you should have expected this, but it's. I digress.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Digression is fine. But yeah, so I would say it's a great day for the division, but it's not. And you know what? I want to be able to make sure that we kind of cover from, going from the certain games that we've seen, going from the Thursday night game, to all of today's games, which I think we all played early, which was, that's good, but just don't feel like they're giving us the respect we deserve. But in the words of Jacoby Covington, I digress. And for coverage on the Thursday game, I do want to go to Justin first, just because that was actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, to me, what just really upset me about that game the most is just they were so conservative with the play calling on offense. It was so frustrating to watch, dude. It really was. It was literally watching like a child put the circle peg in the square hole. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I understand, like, he's a rookie. You don't want to put him in bad situations, dude. But in the first half, this man only had, 8 pass attempts. They finally let him loosen the reins on the last drive. Like, he actually drives in them, scores a touchdown. Guy fucking misses the field goal. And they never went back to that again. They never tried to open up the offense again. And just like, what the fuck? Oh, God, it was frustrating to watch, dude. It was.
Yeah. But okay, so we've seen like Tyrod has played pretty well. I mean, given the circumstance Deshaun Watson isn't playing, I mean, surrounding the team, because, people said that the team was literally just, put together with chewed up bubblegum and like twigs. But I mean, Tyrod Taylor had been playing pretty good. We knew Davis Mills was going to be playing. Was there a lofty expectation? And if so, do you feel like he played well enough, or how did that portion go?
Oh, no, honestly, to me, I think he played decently enough. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he was like Superman out there. Hell no. Maybe not even by a long shot. But when your coaching staff doesn't give you a chance to win, when you're calling all these bullshit like short passing plays, the Panthers were set up for that. The Panthers knew what they were doing before they even this ball was snapped, and just the refusal to throw the ball down the field. It didn't open up the offense at all. Like the defense was playing 10 yards or less, and that's all they had to do. When they lost McCaffrey, I thought, okay, maybe we have a chance. We actually have a chance now. But dude, Sam Darnold scored 2 rushing touchdowns on you. Sam Darnold, dude, that's on the defense too as well, bro. Come on, man.
Okay, all right.
Dude,
well, I mean, not for nothing. Sam Darnold has been playing pretty well. So, I mean, I'm not going to.
I don't know about that one, man. You beat the Jets and the Texans and Mr. Inconsistent, Jameis Winston. I'm not really impressed by those victories. Trust me. Once they face a really good team like Tampa, I think they're going to get blown out.
Well, I mean, they did beat the Saints as well.
Yeah, but the Saints have Mr. Consistent, Jameis Winston, dude. I mean, come on. 1 week he looks good, another week he doesn't, dude. I'm gonna tell you again, James Winston's gonna look awful another week coming up. I promise you that, dude. He will.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's where we kind of agree to disagree. I mean, but either way, like I said, I know it was tough to watch, especially when you got off to a hot start, and kind of going to that hot start or the team that you played in the hot start, Justin, Gunsaulus.
Yeah, of course.
So you had the chance. So the Jags played the Cardinals. Now the Cardinals have been actually playing very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to break down, because I saw the game, or I saw a good portion of the game, where early on it looked like it was actually a good game, and then the end, it looked like something that might have been completely different.
Sure.
What the hell happened?
So I think to start out going into the game, just overall, being down 2 corners going into, we only have 5 corners on the roster. I literally thought Kyler Murray was going to throw up at least 49 points in this game, like easily. I mean,
I for sure thought so too.
Yeah, right. And I definitely thought it was going to happen, but I think overall, the game script played well. I hate to say this, but like Urban Meyer himself, I feel like when he listens to Jaguars Twitter, it benefits him, right? And I hate to say that, but with the whole Gardner Minshew thing, people are bitching about it. Then they traded him, and then look, Trevor Lawrence is getting first reps, looking better. And then now it's like, hey, you have the same offensive line you had last year that turned a undrafted rookie running back into a Pro Bowler. Why aren't you running the system through them? So they did that. And, he finished the day with, James Robinson, who we're talking about, 15 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown. That's the offense right there for now, right? Trevor's going to over time take it over. But to answer your question, I think, Kyler Murray, we had, I think right before halftime, that's when the tide started to turn, right? That they held, our defense isn't as bad as what we lead on to believe. But I think going into the second quarter, that they kept Kyler Murray at bay. Okay. And then we had that missed field goal, Jamal Agnew run back, which I think was just the game changer. It took all the, essentially all the air out of the Cardinals, and it gave us an opportunity. And I think that they did well. But once we got into the third and fourth quarter, Jaguars offense, Trevor Lawrence, I think, had 2 picks. Yeah, 2 picks. And just overall, once you turn the ball over to a great offense like Arizona, they're going to capitalize on it, and they did. Mm-hmm. And our offense coming out of halftime just couldn't get anything going. So I'm happy with, currently where we sit. I said it was going to be game 5 before Trevor Lawrence and the offense gets everything together, which, hey, we're almost there. But, everyone is going to blame, and this isn't towards you, Sam, if you're listening, the offensive line, but the offensive line has given up the second fewest sacks in the league. So I think that's going to be a little bit shocking to people as well. But my main thing is that we just got to get pressure on the quarterback better. We're I think we're in the top 10 when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I know Kyler Murray's super elusive, but we didn't have any sacks today. Hurries and pressures, didn't have as many as I would like, to get someone like a Kyler Murray. So I'm definitely happy that I think we screwed up some people's betting, where if they were betting the over or whatever it was. I'm glad we screwed that up for them, because I definitely didn't think we were going to score 19 points against that defense. But overall, I think we're trending, I won't say upwards, but we're not trending downwards. And I think that that's good. It's just building experience.
Okay. So then from what you've seen, because, I think the one thing that's kind of been a theme, with the team kind of looking like they're getting better in certain spots, is that, with Trevor Lawrence, it might be the rookie woes, but it also might be, just the team as a whole. It's just like, still having the issues as far as the turnovers. Mm-hmm. When do you feel like that is no longer, or when do you figure out that he's either that he's taken that step where he's just like, okay, I get it, or when do you feel like it's just like, okay, well, you know what, I don't have to play, the type of hero ball that I normally would, because I mean, you saw the flea flicker pick six, and it's just like
stupid.
What, like it was completely unnecessary. Like you could have easily thrown the ball out of bounds on that one. So absolutely. I mean, does it seem? I guess the better question is, does it seem like he's grasping the game any quicker? Because I mean, sometimes he does look like he gets it, but other times he absolutely looks like a deer in headlights.
I think this is the best explanation. I think Urban did a really, really good job. He calls it the 50-30-20 rule, right? 50% of turnovers are on the quarterback, right? 50% of it. 30% of it's on the receivers if they're running the right route or getting open or opening throwing lanes for the quarterback. And then the other 20% is on the offensive line, right?
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, if you evaluate those and we go back and watch the game, we'll kind of see where the point is on that. I know the one interception, the dude got smoked. He caught it, got smoked, and it was kind of like a bobble. Byron Murphy caught it, ran it back for a bit. So I mean, I think to answer your question, I think once we figure out what scheme we're running, because this is probably the third week in a row where it's like we're trying to find our identity and we haven't solidified that yet. Once we get to that point, I think the turnovers will start to slow down.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for that. And going from one 0-3 team to another, Josh, and I'm saving you and Jacoby for last, because it's just like this kind of hurts my heart a little bit, but I got to give the Titans their flowers, because they went out there and they did what they were supposed to do. They played the game and they let Frank Reich call plays. But I need to hear from you. Like, I'm not going to do what Sam does and be like the biggest homer ever, but like it's a winnable game. It's a winnable game if you just make sure that you're not going away from what works.
Right.
Do you feel like Frank Reich's play calling, not just in this game, but in the rest of the games, is a factor in why this offense can really just almost get nothing going?
Well, let me touch bases on this. According to Jacoby, Sam not the only one that's a homer. Apparently I'm a homer too. I've been a homer for since '96. So I found it out in the group last couple of weeks. But to answer your question, Frank Reich has a major issue with the play calling. I don't know if it's just he's still trying to gradually include Winston to the offense, and not because last year you seen how the offense went with Rivers. It seemed like he got certain plays for Rivers for Wentz, and he's now allowed him to make the right play or make right audibles to win the game, and it's just hurting us, especially in the red zone. Our red zone offense is terrible. We can't score points. We just keep coming away with field goals and field goals and field goals and field goals. Too many 3 and outs. So I have a major issue with this play calling. We have a OC and Marcus Brady, and we don't even use them because Frank Reich just calling all the plays that's screwing us. There's no reason for Jonathan Taylor to have 10 rushes and average 5.6 yards a carry against the Titans, and he only got 10 rushes for the whole game. That's no way. So I have a big issue with that. Someone have to give, or we're gonna go 0-4 next week.
Yeah. And I'm actually going to that game, so I'm going to be highly upset if they end up running that out there. But don't want to go too far off topic. So at this point, do you feel like Reich is going to evaluate and say, you know what, maybe I do need to hand off play calling, or what do you think, at least from his view, is going to change to make sure that we don't keep on having, these 16 points. I think last week we got 24 points. And then the week before that, going up against Seattle, I think it was like 16 again. I might be off with that, but it's low scoring offenses. So I mean,
Right.
where do you think? And I mean, I want him to take accountability, but you also want change. Do you feel like he's going to actually man up and just say, "This is what we're going to do," or "This is what I'm going to do"? I'm putting the team in a bad spot. Like, what is he going to do?
He's not going to do anything. He's going to continue calling plays unless the struggles continue. Unless the struggles continues and we lose games and the games pile up. He's going to continue calling plays. I don't see anything changes against Miami, and I don't see anything changes against the Ravens. He is going to call the same plays that we've seen for the last 3 weeks now. So it's going to be an issue. Some got to give. Offensive line played well today. Yeah, I know we had Nelson go out with the ankle injury, but we still played well. We still had a chance to win the game with our best alignment out. But you get, again, 10 rushes. The running back, I mean, Taylor looked great. He was hitting the holes. Wait a minute. Why was Marlon Mack inactive? It's a lot of facts. I mean, I'm drained, man.
You're asking a lot of questions. We all would like to be.
I got a question
On the
though.
hot seat.
Yeah,
I'm
I got a
telling you,
question though. Like, how does a running back just so? And I know you mentioned this. Like, someone that's so talented like Jonathan Taylor only get 10 carries. Like, I just don't get it because pretty much your team is all returning from last year, except for a couple of pieces. But obviously, the big piece being Phillip Rivers for Carson Wentz. But Carson Wentz can make all the throws that Phillip Rivers did. Why are they trying to change the scheme or the play calling versus last year when you were a playoff team?
Man, your guess is as good as mine, man. I mean,
okay, fair enough.
I mean, you got a guy 5.6 yards a carry. I mean, the guy was moving the pile, moving the chain, and you give him 10 carries.
I mean, my thing is that was the scheme, knowing that Carson wasn't 100%. Like, that's the crazy. Like, you think they would lean on the run game because of the
correct
with Carson. That's why I don't get it. It don't make
not only that, you lose Nelson, so you should actually lean on the running game more.
So, and it was working. I mean, y'all was able to run the ball. Y'all just didn't do it enough.
So, and let me just go ahead and say this. Then I'm going to get to some comments that we have in the chat, and then we'll go on to the Titans, since they were the winners of the day. So,
wait, I'm sorry, Chris. What was that? We were the what of the day?
Good Lord, y'all ain't that good.
I'm sorry. Is your hotspot breaking up? Can you not hear me?
Yeah. I'm at Starbucks and it's breaking up a little bit. Can you repeat that?
Oh, you in Starbucks? You said you're at Starbucks bathroom?
Yeah, using that Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, got you. Okay. Because you be drinking too much coffee. You got the bubble guts. I got you. It's okay. I would never hold it against you, buddy.
I knew I smelled shit here somewhere.
But not for nothing. I mean, like I said, the Titans did what they were supposed to do, especially given the circumstances. It wasn't the best game for them, but at the same time, some of the biggest chunk plays were the running plays when they were running the jet sweeps, when they're running the fakes. And then they just stop that and start passing. There was no need to do that because the game was close almost the whole entire way through. So, to get that type of inconsistency is frustrating as hell. But, it's going to – the mob's going to start to come out and say, hey, hand it off to your boy because Frank Reich ain't getting it right now. But I digress. We'll go ahead and just touch on a couple of them. We have Matt in the chat talking about Sam Darnold is looking good and no Adam Gase has weapons. You're correct because Adam Gase he apparently is a con man who puts himself off like a head coach / offensive coordinator. That's fine. Yeah, he's horrible. And then we have, did the Wentz injury have anything to do with the play calling?
No.
Okay. No. And then the question, and this is actually a good segue question for you, Jacoby. Are we worried about the future of Julio and AJ?
I would say no. I'm not personally. Julio looked like he could have played still. I don't know. That was weird. And Mike is weird about that shit. He don't really talk about it. So I don't know what was going on with Julio. He looked like he still could have went out there and finished the game. He said he made it seem in his interview like it was load management, which is weird because we still hadn't finish the game. Like the Colts still could have got the ball back and won that game. So I don't know why Julio wasn't in there on our last couple drives. But I'm not worried because AJ usually is good. He usually finishes the game. So I'm confident that, once he comes back, this won't be an ongoing thing.
Yeah. And, I think we, because I know that I troll you sometimes about the whole Tannehill thing, but, he struggled. And, we saw that he was kind of like struggling with, the turnovers, I'm going to say just getting a little bit of getting into a rhythm. So we saw Derrick Henry. So, I kind of get into that to say Derrick Henry, once again, in this game, I think they said that last week he had 41 touches. And then this week, I think he's up he was up to 31. I think he's up to 92 touches for the season, where he's either rushing or he's in playing in the receiving game at some point. Do you worry, even with the running back position, as physical as he is, because he's strong, he's a great running back. He's probably one of the most dominant running backs. But does some of that kind of repetitive use kind of scare you when it comes to him being able to be as dominant as he is, as frequently as he has been?
I mean, yeah, it does. I don't like to see him get that many touches. I mean, I think today it was either 28 rushes or 28 touches. I can't remember.
Well, 28. He had 28 rushes for 113 yards.
Okay, and he caught a couple balls too. So I mean, that's over another weekend where he's over 30. And our backup running back's on the IR. So I've been hoping this whole offseason for him to come back and kind of take some of those carries away from Henry. But then he got hurt again this year. He got hurt last year. Got hurt again this year. Hoping that he's back next week, and that will take away because they feel comfortable with running Darrington when he's in. But if it's Mekhi Sargent or Jeremy, then they'll get one or two carries here and there, so they're just going to give it to Henry every time. So ideally, I would like to see Evans get some of those carries, so we're not just running Henry in the ground. And on a season where there's 17 games, I would hope to kind of alleviate some of that pressure from Henry in a perfect world. But I mean, if we need Henry to do what Henry does, then Henry's going to do what he does, and we're going to give him the ball. Yeah, and and I guess that kind of leads me to the offensive standpoint, because the Titans. I mean, the Titans. If we're looking at on a year-to-year basis, to me, at least from what I saw today, as opposed to seeing last year, for example, do you And this is just an observation. Like I said, I'm not hating. I can be as objective as possible. I'm an objective guy. Do the Titans look offensively worse than they did last year? I don't know. It's hard with this small sample size. It's hard to – I want to say running the ball, we're not as good as we were last year, but Henry also started slow last year. I mean, he kind of started slow. That's kind of just – how our offense is. Our blocking is not, it doesn't start to gain steam until the fifth, sixth game. Gotcha. But this year, our offense, it's a little different. It's kind of the same, similar to last year, but this new coordinator, he likes to run a little more, 11 personnel. And so he likes to do a little more. But when he has to, he will run Henry. But I think our passing game, once we get AJ and Julio kind of up and running, and Fursker, our starting tight end he's been out the last 2 weeks too. But once he gets in there, I think the passing game will pick up. But the run game, I have concerns about the run game because it's just not consistent throughout the whole game. Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's just 28 attempts is on cue for Derrick Henry, but I mean 28 attempts with 113 yards, which I know Titans fans were raving about. But I mean, you break that down, that's 4 yards per carry. And so it's just over time, it's you're for somebody like Henry for 4 yards, that means that he's taking a lot more contact. Absolutely.
Which I do got a question though, or a statement. So Kobe, when you look at what Julian and you look at what Darius said about tackling Henry, you see how it makes sense. Those guys wasn't scared to tackle Henry. They embraced the tackling. Everybody was on that ball. Once he got that carry, everybody was running towards him to make sure there was no stiff arms. There was no, Leonard got him got almost got here almost ended Leonard, but yeah, you see what we're saying. You got to tackle him. You need every guy on their ball. Otherwise, you're going to see what we saw against Seattle.
You know, one thing I do know that y'all did do that, and I can say that the Seahawks did that, and so did the Cardinals. The safeties are coming up, and I didn't notice this at the beginning of last year. I've watched every Titans game for the last I don't know how many years, but the safeties are coming up, and they're full speed, chopping Henry down. And it's happening more as we kind of play more games, and so that's concerning. He gets up every time, but it's like I see this more and more now that the safeties. Full speed. I mean, there's no stutter stepping before contact. Full speed, dive at his legs, chop him down. And you guys did that today. I'll give you all that. That's happening. And so that's concerning to me because you can take so many of those hits full speed, like a helmet to the leg. I mean, to the thigh, to the calf.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time. It's a ticking time bomb, dude.
Yeah.
With a guy with that much carries, dude, you don't do that.
Yeah, we need to get Evans back, like definitely, because he will help with that with Henry's workload, definitely.
Yeah,
or at least trade for a backup.
I think Titans. We like Evans. He just he's fast, and he knows how to run an offense. He just got to stay healthy. That's the issue. I mean, he's never healthy ever.
Yeah. So all right. So then, with that being the case, just really quickly, just gonna run through some of the games next week, and I mean, everybody's of course gonna say yes, it's gonna be a win. But it's just like you can be realistic. I know some of you may have seen who you have coming up, some of you may haven't, but we'll start with we'll just go in reverse order. Jacoby against the Jets next week. Win, loss, and what is the score?
Wow.
You say you want my prediction?
Yeah.
A lot to a little. The Jets. I can't really say I've watched the Jets play one single snap this whole year.
You don't have to. I think Zach will probably thrown about 17 interceptions.
It's in New York, right?
Yes, I do believe so.
Okay, I say 31-13 Titans. That offense is poo-poo.
All right. Okay, that's fair. And then we have Josh, Colts versus Dolphins in Miami. I will be at that game.
Well, since the other Jacoby is starting in Miami,
yes,
we got a little hope, man. We got a little hope. We got our old foe starting over there. So, guess what? We got a win coming, man. We got a win in Miami, man. You get those clubs in Miami and celebrate this dub.
I think that's y'all first win, definitely.
Yes, I'll take that.
Listen, if we win, I'm going live in the group drunk. I'm listening.
Coming on the podcast.
Chris gonna be like, I'm drunk, roast me.
Yeah.
Y'all better not lose to the Jets.
Oh, good.
I had to use that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, so then Justin Gunsaulus. We have Jags versus Bengals at Cincinnati.
It's Thursday night game. Yeah, I think we lose, but I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. Joe Burrow against Trevor Lawrence again. So I do think we lose, even if T. Higgins sits another week. I don't know if he played today, but I think he was doubtful.
He was out.
Yeah, I think even if he sits another week, they just got too many. Jamar Chase, they just got too many weapons.
Hey, Justin, real quick, when do you think that the Jags will win their first game this year?
Don't say Colts. Don't say Colts. Do not say that. Do not say that.
The Colts at home is going to happen, but that won't be their first game. I think the Dolphins will probably be their first win.
Well,
after my birthday.
I can see that.
I don't think they beat the Titans. They're not ready for that.
You tried it, Jacoby. You tried it, man.
Sorry. You're not going to try to bait me. I'm smarter than that.
All right. And then JP, Texans versus Bills in Buffalo. All right. Well, listen. This is a great episode. All right.
Yes. No. Honestly, hey, man, you can end it right there. Hey, we have. Hey, who watched WWF back in the day? What was Vince McMahon's music in? No chance.
chance.
That's what you got. Boom. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Going number is just too strong. Nah, dude. Hey, we about to get our monkey ass whoop, dude. Yeah. Just that defense, dude. Davis Mills. Don't get me wrong, I might think it might be closer than people think, but I think we're gonna lose. We're gonna get an ass whooped. Yeah.
So you're gonna stick your neck out there and say it's a loss?
What's up?
You're gonna stick your neck out there and say it's a loss?
Yeah, I think I'll just I have a hunch. Just a hunch.
Oh, that's fine. By the way, that was a Davis Mills joke. So yeah.
I see what you did there. The elongation.
He is the next man up. That's fine.
Yes, he is. Oh gosh.
I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop now.
Jesus.
I want them to have me on the podcast next time.
Right.
I guess it just came right in the neck of time, huh?
right in the neck of time.
God, jeez.
All right. So yes, this is amazing. He got Viagra stuck in his neck. That was awful.
Yep.
He's
sticking his neck out for this team, guys. So
we'll pretty much have to. He has an advantage, though. He can literally see over the huddle. He's already 6'5".
Yeah.
A couple of news and notes deals. Andy Reid went to the hospital today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Still after the game, right?
Really?
Yeah. Apparently dehydration.
Oh Jesus!
I was too. I was too because of the game. So, yeah, I'm doing fine though. I'm doing fine. I got this here, so y'all can edit this out too.
Hey, we're just not going to endorse alcohol on here.
If you want to come sponsor the show,
Crown Royal.
Wink, wink.
If you want to throw some our way, we'll happily put that empty bottle up there every episode.
Hey man, that's how you know it's good. The bottle empty.
See, I would rather drink that than some Trulies.
Oh no! Listen. Cherry will get us a Truly endorsement eventually.
Yes, we need that. We count on it.
Yes, but other than that, I think that was pretty much it. I don't think there was anything pressing other than the fact that injuries are still pretty damn bad.
Justin Tucker set the record today for longest field goal kick.
Yes, the 66.
Oh man,
that was insane, dude.
But the play before that, on with 4th and 16 or 36 or something like that, the play that it was made by Lamar Jackson. Yeah, through that long play. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
But no, it was you know what? But then again, it's Justin Tucker, and he's only been consistent his whole entire career. So
right.
At this point,
has he made? I think there was a stat before he kicked that ball. I think he hit 47 straight kicks above 50 yards or more.
Yeah,
47. Yeah, 48 today, but 48 straight kicks of 50 yards or more. That's just stupid, dude.
And it's a second 60-yarder in Detroit.
Yep.
He kicked the 61. So yeah,
Jesus.
He gonna get drug tested tomorrow.
Listen. At this point, they might as well just not. Okay, I don't think the NFL can afford to suspend anybody with how many people are hurt for every single team right now.
Yep.
I think every team has somebody on IR, somebody, and it's a major guy too. They have somebody on IR, or they have somebody who's who just got hurt. I think even before the game, Dalvin Cook was out. Who else? I think T. Higgins was out. Major players. Normally, you make a couple of guys, but it's from every single team, and even during the game. Titans versus Colts. Quentin Nelson goes down. AJ Brown goes out. Kwity Paye, he goes out. You have a bunch of guys who are legitimately going out every single one. So the NFL, let them say that Christian McCaffrey ain't going to be out there. Viewership is going to be at an all-time low for that one because Christian McCaffrey sells tickets.
On top of that, the season's longer, right? So it's not going to get better. People are going to come back, yes, but you had these games in there. I think we're going to see more injuries as we move along.
Yeah.
Why do you think there is so many injuries, though? I think the reason is behind that.
I don't know, man. It's weird, but to me, I think they should expand NFL rosters, dude. Honestly, like to me, it's 53 ain't enough quite anymore.
If we're, you know what, and I think it's not just the rosters, but I think also it's the fact that you had a lot of teams this year who still were dealing with a lot of the restrictions, COVID restrictions, people having to be out, practices. Normally, it's just like that extra week during the preseason, it did matter because the thing is, you have guys who are kind of resting as opposed to how they did the preseason. I think there were some teams who were starting actual starters during that time. And then now, and this is another one of my theories, but, the NFL is getting faster. Everybody's getting, quicker. They're trying to go more streamlined, trying to make the game more exciting. But I think the issue that you have with that is you have guys who are, they're faster. Yeah, they're stronger. Yeah. But at the same time, you're also dealing with maybe a little bit more of a durability issue because, when you make things faster, chances are you're running a lot faster into some issues that you might have, especially with legs. I mean, how many hamstring injuries did we see today?
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah.
But that's my science guy theory. So yeah, but other than that, I think was there any other news that we had today, Justin?
Let's see.
I think that's a big standpoint. Justin Herbert, going out there and getting back to where he was last year, throwing 4 touchdowns, I think is something that's notable. It just goes to prove that the whole rookie sophomore slump is a myth. I think at this point when it comes to quarterbacks in this day and age. But the last one is I think Roethlisberger. I don't think anybody in that organization is going to tell him he has to leave. He could play another 10 years and they would just be fine with it, even if they lost. And I think someone just got to go up to him and say, Ben, you and Philip Rivers need to get a house together and go hang out because you're done.
Yeah.
I think Justin Fields got sacked 9 times.
No way. Are you serious?
I think it was like 9. I think either 9.
Jesus.
Yeah. That was getting on him.
Yeah,
Damn.
that sounds
could you
hard.
imagine? Hey, could you imagine? No, but honestly, think about could you imagine how many times it was Andy Dalton in there? They probably been 20. Probably 20. Probably 20, dude.
Marcus Mariota days right there.
Really?
Don't miss that.
How's a guy that mobile get sacked 9 times?
Man, that's
Easily. They don't make adjustments.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
everybody is calling for that.
Just say, oh, he got sacked. Let me change nothing. Like
And now everybody is calling Nagy out. Lance Briggs on social media saying get him out of there, get him out of Chicago. So, yes, man.
What do you mean? Get him out. Like but listen. I think we're going to see some turnover this year when it comes to some of the coachings because a lot of them are on their last legs. I want to say, especially when it comes to certain players. Like you have the ideal teams, you have exactly what you're looking for. But like I said, it's a long season. We'll see. We have 14 weeks left of playable ball. So I mean, overreacting right now to anything is probably. It's ill-advised. Don't fall for the ESPN nonsense. Well, unless ESPN wants to sponsor us, in which case, ESPN disregard that last statement. but other than that, one quick thing. Hey, regardless of how you viewers out there may feel about him, congratulations to one of our commentators, Harish Nukala, on his wedding today.
Congrats,
Hey.
So
Congrats.
And also, I just want to let everybody know. I think it was you, Jacoby, or no, it was Vince who put out the milk carton for Harish Nukala being missing. Yeah, he's been Zuckerberg, so he is currently banned for 30 days. So he can't comment on any account at all. So
both his accounts?
He knows. You told him last time. He knows. He's just trolling.
He's in
He
jail
knows.
on both of his accounts. Don't he
On-
got
All of them.
he tried to create another one, and they banned that one as soon as he started. Like literally,
Let's fund me for Harish's bail money.
listen. I'm willing to write an appeal saying, listen, Fabrizio is a good egg. He ain't never hurt nobody. Okay. So yeah. So like I said, guys, if you want to do that, then fine. If not, that's fine too. Whatever. Either way. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring this fun to an end. I'm sure everybody has something to do. I know that Starbucks is closing soon. They're probably going to kick Jacoby out.
They've been looking at me this whole time.
Oh, damn.
Well, tell them you want a venti double mocha choke your mama, whatever the hell they sell there.
Extra special shot.
Exactly. But yeah, so other than that, everybody, well, actually, I'm just going. I'm going down the line once again for who I see on the call. So, Justin Palmer, how can they find you on social media, wherever they can see you for all your Texans fandom? Whatever.
All my Texas fandom is gonna be in one place, y'all. It's gonna be called Porch Talk Sports. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Porch Talk Sports, y'all. Y'all can look it up on there. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I'm always putting out Houston videos, so no matter what it is, I'm all sports Houston. So just FYI, y'all.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for that, Mr. Gonsaulus. Where can
you can
socials?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter as Bearded Guns with a Z instead of an S. So, hey, real quick, Justin, though, you said you're all Houston. Does that mean you're an Astros fan?
Oh, big time.
Oh, okay.
Dude, yeah, I know. Hey, dude, I don't care. Y'all can call us cheaters. I don't give a damn. Shoot, that's our World Series. Dude, who doesn't steal signs in baseball? I'm sorry, dude. We just did it better than everybody else. Thank you.
Well, you invite me to your podcast and we'll debate it. I'll put it that way.
All right.
Man, that's
All right. So now, Justin, where can they find you as well?
Oh, me? Bearded Guns. Sorry.
There we go. See, got thrown off by the ass this time, man.
Hey, Bearded Guns with a thumbs up emoji. That's what it is. Make sure you put the emoji on there, people. Say not just kidding. All right. Jacoby, where can we find you before they kick you out of Starbucks for loitering?
You can find me on Twitter, real Jacoby Covington. Got to get rid of the imposters out there. Put out that fake content. And then on Facebook, it's just Jacoby Covington, but I don't really post too much about unless I'm on the fan battle page.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. That's fine. Josh, how can they find you?
You can find me on social media at I am Josh Senior. You can find me on Facebook, Josh Senior. But I want everybody to find me except Vasco Curry because he's been inboxing me for the last 2 weeks like a ex-girlfriend.
That ain't good.
So yeah, do that. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you for that. That was amazing.
No
Oh, and Vasco is a what? He's a Titans fan, you say?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And Ben, my DM is full right now.
You can find me at DJ Colts fan. So once again, we do want to thank you. We'll be back next week for more commentary on our week 4 games. And then we'll see exactly who hit on the scores and who actually won and lost next week. So make sure that you tune in for that. Other than that, everybody have a great rest of your evening. Hopefully it's injury free for the next week.
Go Colts.
Because it's awful. And and by the way, do want to make sure that we're shouting out the place that makes this all possible, the Pigskin Podcast Network. Make sure that you go ahead and you tune in and that you subscribe to them as well. But other than that, people, it's been great. So other than that, have a great rest of your evening. And yeah, if you're a Titans fan, Jonathan Taylor had more yards per carry than Derrick Henry. All right, people. Well, you listen.
I'm not gonna say that because you hosted it.
Already.